what's going on YouTube. So it's been a couple of days and I want to give y'all a cautionary tale. Hopefully this holds up here. Again, this is a new bracket, so it's a little bit wobbly, but I wish I ain't had this goddamn coat on. Very stuffy, but I just want to give y'all a cautionary tale about being holistic. And just to reiterate, holistic means if I got a headache, right, instead of me taking an Advil or Tylenol or ibuprofen, I might opt to just laying down, drinking some water, taking some turmeric supplement, drinking some tea, massaging my temples, acupuncture, every other approach other than taking a pharmaceutical. That's what holistic means to me. Same thing with if something severe as depression. Instead of taking an antidepressant, if at all possible, try meditation, try a change of diet, try, a vacation, try any approach you can that is as least invasive or least harmful as a pharmaceutical drug, which has a number of side effects that can create other issues. So me living a holistic life, meaning diet, mind, everything, what I take in, who I talk to, what kind of conversations I have, it does have side effects. Or I wouldn't say side effects as in something negative, but there are some cons to the pros of being holistic. And some of the cons are sometimes I gotta take this off. Can I do this without crashing? I'll take that off. Good googly moogly. My goodness. Okay. Some of the cons are that sometimes the result you want or the outcome you want might take. Am I Australian? it might take a little longer than you might have wanted. What is going on with these people? It might take a little longer than you expected. Like if you take a Tylenol, ibuprofen, or Advil, you might get relief instantly. But drinking some turmeric tea or something like that, or rubbing your temples, the relief might take a little bit longer. This is a Kind bar. It's the coconut one. I'm a little bit hungry because I've been suffering with a sinus infection. So behind my eyes and my nose have been inflamed for like at least 2 weeks. To where if I shook my head like real hard, it's like it feels like a ball is in my head. Like I just had this ongoing type of pain. And I don't know if you've all noticed, but in my other videos I was saying that I felt sick, felt like something's wrong, or I just didn't feel quite right. And all along it's been this pressure in my head, which I couldn't quite put my finger on to what was wrong. Now, another thing about being holistic is, since you rarely just get rid of a symptom, you tend to deal with pain a lot. Not a lot, but if you do have a headache, you'll work through it instead of trying to get rid of that symptom, so that your tolerance level is high. My tolerance level for pain is high. It's not very much that I can go through that I'm just like, I gotta get relief, because I'm so used to just working through something, a back pain, a foot pain, whatever. And so I'll ignore a lot or tolerate a lot more than other people will. So I was dealing with this unpleasant feeling for a while, and I got to the point where I was starting to say to myself, like, I don't want the story to be, oh, he knew he felt bad and then he just never went and got it checked out. But it was getting to that point where I wasn't quite sure why I felt bad or what was the source, but I know I didn't feel good, and I needed to fix it. I knew rest helped because when I wake up in the morning, I felt better. So I always take notes on what things improve my conditions. So I knew in the mornings I felt better. I felt my most best in the morning. But as the day went on, I would have things aggravate my symptoms. Like I would walk from out in the cold into someplace warm, and I would immediately get like a headache, like a migraine headache. Or I would eat something and I would just feel like foggy and hazy, like I wasn't feeling good, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, nobody wants to just feel bad, you want to feel good, and everything was just making me feel like something wasn't right, and so I stuck with my holistic stuff and the turmeric and tea and sleep and eating properly and stuff like that, and slowly but surely the symptoms were less and less. But I still was having when I would come in from outside into someplace warm, I would immediately get like a flush over me, like where I just felt like I had a headache and like just instant congestion. And I'm like, what the hell what is going on? I'm like, am I allergic to my job? Can I get off from work for this? But I knew it wasn't that ridiculous. It had to be a better explanation for it. So as I said, I just kept going. And yesterday I didn't feel well, and I went through the day. Most people don't know what you're feeling like, because you don't. I don't. Try to complain all the time, but you just keep going. But I knew when I got home, I was going to bed because I know that helps. So it was like 5:30 when I ate dinner. By 6:45, I was gone, and I was asleep, and I slept all the way until the next day. This morning, and when I woke up, it was like 4, and I woke up with no alarm clock, feeling particularly well this morning. Like my body had fasted from 5:30 up until 5, so that's 12 hours. And so I felt empty. I felt like I had processed everything that was in my system, which was good. That is always a good feeling. You wake up and you feeling still full from the night before, or you have this urge to use the bathroom immediately. It's never a good feeling. So fasting, although it's looked down upon because everybody thinks they need to eat all the time, constantly, it does allow your body to regenerate and to recuperate, So when I woke up, I felt lean. I felt like I could go out and work out. I ain't gonna work out. But I felt like I could. I felt like if I wanted to, I could. But I just laid there, and I was thankful that I sleep without any kind of like medicines did make me feel better, which is encouraging. So I got myself together for the day, and here I am right now, and I felt like I needed to just explain that kind of holistic, which is that you don't give up on something because it's taking a little longer to show results, because if it's meant to be, or if it's worth it, is a process. It's not instant. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and that goes with anything worth it. Anything worth it is hard. Anything worth it takes time. It's nothing instant. If it's instant, it's gonna go as quickly as it came. And it was just a word for me, and I felt like I needed to share that. Like going through this experience in the wintertime, knowing your body, knowing what works, making adjustments, tweaking, eliminating some things, adding a couple of other things. It's a constant like process that, you know, you can't, you know, overlook or shy away from because there's a lot of work, because it's necessary. You know, this is the only body we got, and it's the only relationship that really matters, other than the one with Christ, or whatever you call the higher being above you. You know, having a relationship with yourself is important, and being in tune with what makes you operate at your peak is important. And we're all different, although very similar. We're all different. Some things other people might get away with, I most certainly can't. Like, I can't have a weekend of binge drinking and horrible food and expect to function properly. You know, it would take me so long to recover from that. You know, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I'm forced to be the what do you call, the dud, you know, because my body just doesn't allow me to abuse it in that way. When you're in your 20s, yeah, you can get a multitude of sins, but as you get older, it's just like, I can't do it no more, you know. And I would rather feel good most of the time than always like suffering from horrible stuff that we've done to ourselves. So, you know, I'm not gonna go for much longer. I just wanted to say that good health and a holistic lifestyle is small gestures that equal a bigger impact. There is not something that's grand or amazing or instant. Sometimes it's just small things that equal this bigger goal. So, peace and blessings. Keep your focus. Understand that, you know, the sky is not going to crack and nobody's going to come down and say you're doing a good job. You know, it's all just small little steps, one step at a time. You know, like I said, holistic is more than just, you know, taking your vitamins or being a vegan or vegetarian or whatever your small step is. It's having a positive conversation. You know, it's going to sleep an hour earlier than you normally do. It's small steps to a bigger picture, and they're all important. So do something different today than you did yesterday. I want to see you all at the top. Peace and blessings, and talk to y'all later. Bye.